Hello, so today we're in the Peak District and later I'm going to be taking a hike to Alport Castles, which is not actually a castle, it's a rock formation. It's pretty cool. Not been there before, so I'm looking forward to taking a look at that. But on the way, I've passing Derwent Reservoir and noticed that the dam is overflowing, and it's quite a spectacular sight actually. So I've stopped here and I'm going to take a long exposure, I think, of the dam because the lighting conditions are quite flat at the minute, so I think it might work quite well. So it's a very cool spot actually. I've not photographed this before, so yeah, quite looking forward to it. But I don't think I'm going to be able to talk you through the settings when I get down there, because you might even be able to hear in the background it's very noisy. So what I might do is just do some filming and do a voiceover so I can talk you through the camera settings and that type of thing. So hope you enjoy the B-roll sequence and hopefully we'll get a nice shot here. So yeah, let's go and see if we can grab a shot now, and yeah, then we can get cracking with the hike. Approaching the dam, it's quite a sight to see, especially when it's in full flow like it is today. The white water cascading over the textured surface creates really nice patterns, and straight away I realised I'd like to do a wide shot here, but also a more intimate close-in shot, more abstract. And yeah, so first off I thought I'd get the wide shot, and so I've got the 10-24 lens out and position my tripod over the fence to eliminate the fence. Now, to get a half-second exposure at f8, I had to use a variable ND filter just to reduce the exposure time down to half a second, and it worked perfectly. And you know, as you can see from the water, it's moving quite quickly, so any slower with the shutter speed would have made it really milky and would have lost a lot of texture and detail in the dam wall. So what I decided to do was shoot this quite wide 15mm and make the lines of the dam converge to the focal point, which is the turret. And I think this composition is very simple and strong, and I think it really suits a black and white conversion. So having taken the wide shot, I decided to move up towards the turret and take an abstract shot, a real close-in detail shot of the dam, and I noticed this rock protruding which was different to the whole rest of the dam, and it made this lovely little cascade of water just protrude over, and it created a different pattern. So I thought I would use this as my focal point in the upper left-hand third and create a nice abstract image. Again, half a second exposure, I used the variable ND filter, but this time I've got the long lens on, the 50-140, and I focused in at 75mm. So yeah, really nice abstract shot there. So really like this, probably my favourite of the two images. So that was great fun down there this morning. Really enjoyed that down at the Derwent Dam there. All that water coming over. Yes, so it was pretty much full to the top. So yeah, all the way down this drive around Howden Reservoir, the water's just flowing down the road. So yeah, they've had so much rain up here. It's yeah, perfect for the long exposure shot we got back there. So yeah, pleased with that. Just having a cup of tea, spot of lunch, and then we're going to head up through the woodland here and across the open moorland to hopefully find Alport Castle, which is a rocky pinnacle that sticks up out the ground, and it's quite unique to this area. So yeah, quite looking forward to that. Never been before, so it's a bit of a new adventure. So yeah, just gonna grab something to eat quickly and we'll be on our way, guys. Sun's out, yes, come on! So I've just taken shelter from the wind for a little while because it's actually quite blustery up here. There's some lovely views across the Peak District here, back down towards the reservoirs, and it's quite nice. There's not really anything worth shooting at the minute because the light's still very flat, but I've taken a bit of shelter in this little booth here. Not seen these before in the Peak District, but I think maybe they're for shooting. They've all got numbers on them. And yeah, I know there's a lot of grouse in these areas on the moorland, so whether they're for shooting, I don't know. If you know, guys, drop me a comment down below. That'd be much appreciated. Pretty interesting. Nice to keep you a bit of shelter anyway. So yeah, just gonna have a minute or two. It's been about an hour's walk so far, and it's all been uphill. So yeah, lovely, really enjoyable.
It's been a lovely walk, it really has, but yeah, this place is kind of eerie actually. It's a little bit foreboding, it's quite moody. I quite like it though actually, but the weather is pretty dull and dreary, and there's like not even any detail in the sky now. It's just a flat grey blanket of cloud, which is not really going to help us at all get a decent shot here. But nonetheless, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up onto this ridge now and see if I can get a composition of this Alport castle, which you can see just here, which is pretty crazy. So basically what's happened here, this is like a grit stone outcrop, and all this looser shale is fallen away. It's basically like a landslide, and it's just left this pinnacle, which is pretty cool. Maybe something that you might see maybe in the Outer Hebrides rather than the Peak District, but nonetheless it's pretty cool. And I think on another day when conditions are good, I think it could be very, very good indeed. So I'm going to spend some time up here on this ridge and see if I can find a nice composition that I can use. Hopefully the weather will improve. If not, well, I might take a few shots anyway, and maybe do a long exposure if there's a bit more detail coming along in the sky. And yeah, we'll see how it goes really. It's pretty much what landscape photography is all about really, isn't it? Just exploring, trying to find a composition and making the most of the conditions that you've got, and seeing if you can come away with something good at the end of it. Or at least if you don't, you've got something to come back to in the future. So that's my plan. Head up there, see if we can find something good. If not to worry, it's been a good walk. So I've spent about an hour or so walking around. I've been down to the bottom there, had a quick look around. Beautiful, beautiful place, really is. And with some good lighting conditions, it would be amazing. But the light is really, really flat. Low-lying cloud, very grey, quite windy. It's not really lending itself to a landscape shot, to be honest. But I've got a composition. I think that's the most important thing. I think if I'd have come away and hadn't got a composition, I'd have been quite peed off. But yeah, managed to get, basically what I've got here is some rocks down in the foreground, which kind of points towards the pinnacle there. And I've got the cliff top, which kind of angles down towards it as well. So everything kind of points towards that pinnacle there, which, obviously draws the eye to that, which is kind of what I was trying to do. And there's a million different compositions here, but it's very, very difficult to piece all the bits together because there's so many rocks that have fallen down, and yeah, the possibilities are endless really. There's a small lake or pond down the bottom as well, which I think on another day would be very, very good as well. So yeah, I'm not disheartened at all by the conditions. You get what you're given, and it is grey, and I knew that before I come out. So but that's fine. The main thing is you're out and you're enjoying yourself. So I think what I might do is pack up, get the gear all sorted out and head back to the car, and I might drive back down to the reservoir and see if the plug holes are flowing in a Lady Bower reservoir. So I might go and check that out, because obviously with the long exposure it kind of leads itself well to these flat lighting conditions. So, but at least this is another spot I've checked out, and yeah, I really like it. So I might be coming back maybe in the summer when the sun's out. Okay guys, actually it'd be quite a good place to wild camp actually. So yeah, that might be pretty cool. Anyway, let's get this shot taken and get off. So, as you can probably hear in the background, we've made our way down to Lady Bower Reservoir, and we've got these plug holes in full force in the background there. Apologies if you can't hear me very well because of the noise, and also see me very well because it's nearly dark now. So yeah, which is quite nice actually, because we don't need to use any filters. So I've got like a 2-second exposure at the minute without any filters at f8, and that's giving me everything nice and sharp along the dam wall there. And yeah, 2 seconds is perfect for this because the water's coming over and down this plug hole really, really fast. So I don't think we need to go any slower with the shutter speed than that. So yeah, pretty cool actually. I really like this. I don't very often shoot man-made structures, so it's quite nice to make quite a nice change actually come to do these bits today. So yeah, I'm going to take a couple more as the light gets a bit darker, just to experiment a bit more with the slower shutter speeds. But yeah, all in all, pretty straightforward composition. I'm just using the plug hole as the foreground interest, and really the only interest. And then we can see the dam wall kind of going off at an angle towards the Bamford edge, which you can just see in the background there. Unfortunately, no sky, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, all the interest is down here. Who needs the sky, right? Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like, it's very, very powerful, very, very powerful. And You probably see by the drone footage that I just showed you that, you know, if you fell down there, you're not going to come back up. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take a couple more shots here and then I'm going to call it a day. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. Another fantastic day in the Peak District, as usual. Maybe the light hasn't been that good, but you know, the most important thing is getting out and enjoying ourselves and getting out into nature and just exploring in the landscape and experiencing new things that we haven't seen before. So yeah, I hope you got something from it, guys, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.